Guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're loyal. Today's episode of Blah Blah Blog is more of a DIY, and I'm going to show you how to make your very own YouTube background like this. So if you want to know how to do it, do I have to tell you to stick around? Oh, such a YouTube thing. Stick around.
Alright, to get started, this is what you'll need. A bunch of fake flowers, thumbtacks, scissors, and styrofoam boards. Now, depending on how big you want your flower wall to be, you may find that you need more flowers, thumbtacks, and styrofoam boards. My finished product ended up being 37 by 49 inches, which is perfectly fine because I record on my mobile device. So just test it out and build some of the panels and add as needed. Dollar Tree is bae. As you know, everything's $1, including these bouquets. So mix it up. It depends on what you want your overall flower board to look like. As far as the styrofoam boards are concerned, I got mine from Hobby Lobby, but you can get yours from any craft store. Alright, so I kind of want to show you guys what it is starting to look like. I've already created these two panels, and I had that poster board from Dollar Tree as an improvision in the middle because I couldn't find any more of these styrofoam boards. But luckily they had more in stock. These are the flowers that I bought in addition to what I already have, and we're pretty much just going to get to sticking them on these panels. So essentially I'm going to transfer these flowers and add some new flowers to these styrofoam boards. Now be very patient as you go through this process. The styrofoam makes a lot of mess, so I would recommend doing this over hardwood floor or tile instead of carpet because now I have a lot of green stuff on the carpet. But all I'm doing is pretty much removing the flowers and sticking them on. And I know it sounds easy, but it is a very delicate process that requires a lot of patience. As you can see, I'm spreading out the colors and I tip over the styrofoam board every now and again to make sure that the flowers will not fall off mid-recording. So if you have a lot of purple flowers, for example, spread them out the way I did. Spread your oranges out. Spread all your different colors out. Of course, if you're making a board with only, let's say, pink roses or red roses, then you don't really have to worry about that step. One thing I do want to point out is that if you have a harder styrofoam board, you want to make sure that you leave some of the stem on so that the flower can be pinned properly into the board. If you have a softer board, then it probably wouldn't matter, but what I did find as I went through this process was that these flowers did not stick. It required some stem for some of them, but overall it's a very easy process and it's kind of fun. Kind of annoying if you're doing a transfer process like this, but overall it's a very fun DIY. So that's all you're pretty much doing is sticking the flowers. Again, to be on the safe side, check every now and again because as you can see with this little daisy here, I had to find a new location for that daisy. A good practice is to actually stick it in and turn it. What I'm going to do with these flowers is snip them. Again, I like to leave a little bit of stem because it allows for a bit more secure positioning in the styrofoam board. Again, this requires a lot of patience. I was struggling with this flower. It just would not stay. I should have left a little bit more stem on. But if you have already cut off the flower and you have stems, obviously like just lonely stems, you can also cut the stem and stick it back into the hole. I ended up doing that with some of these flowers because it was getting a little bit too difficult. But definitely as you stick the flowers on, try to spread them out so that they can take up some more space and cover up more of the board. It's better to use huge flowers or flowers that can spread or quote unquote bloom a lot easier because that means it'll cover a lot more space, and that's what you want. You don't want any green poking through your flower wall.
Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't you give me up, don't you give me up. Anywhere you are, like to be everywhere you are. Think I'm happy as next to you, riding in your.
Now, With thumbtack positioning, I'm putting it at the top and the middle just to secure it, and then I'm going to push the board on. Super simple, but you want to be very delicate as you do this. As you can see, I got some more wall left, and I'm over here like, well, I guess we're gonna get some measurements out. So I did a couple rough measurements. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's better if it's smaller than the area because the gaps can be filled very easily with some extra flowers that you may have remaining.
Standing closer, don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't give me up, come give me love. You be with your girl, that's just my love. Don't you give me up.
So I lost a clip of me knifing this bad boy down, but basically I used a kitchen knife to go ahead and cut this custom board, and I decided I am just going to place it onto the wall directly and pin the flowers from there. I removed some flowers off the edges just to allow this piece to fit a little bit more carefully. I don't think it matters where you place the thumbtacks. I just like to put them at the very top and towards the middle so that it would be a lot more secure. As you can see, it's easy to slide the panels over once you have them on the thumbtacks, but you don't want to do that because you want the hole to be as tight as possible so that your board remains securely on the wall.
I get alright. You be my little private. Show me how well you can hide it. That means put your phone on silent. Come here so I can write it. I need you inside it. Don't you leave me, don't you see how I'm confiding? Don't you give me up, don't you show me love, don't you give me up, show me light, don't you give me up, show me love, don't you give me up, don't you give me up, don't you give me up, show me love, don't you give me up, show me love, don't you give me up, show me love, don't you give me up, don't you give me up. Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't you give me up, don't you give me up. Anywhere you are, like to be everywhere you are. Think I'm happy as next to you, riding in your car, but I be on the road. I stay low, 'cause I never know when I'm.
Remember how I said not to worry about those gaps? You can easily use your bigger flowers to, stick them on the edges of the board, and that way you won't really notice the gaps as much. And I'm just sticking these flowers around randomly, child. I don't really care exactly what order they're in. I think the flower wall ends up being so beautiful the more colors you have.
Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, show me love. Don't give me up, come give me love. You be with your girl, that's just my love. Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, come show me love. Don't you give me up, don't you give me up, don't you give me up. Don't you ever dash me away. I know you pick up on play. I knew you back in the day. You know what the vibes is now. Let me take you down. I think we'd have fun. We don't have to tell no one. Yeah, yeah. We don't have to tell no one. Will you like it alright? Don't you see how I'm confiding? Don't you give me up? Don't you show me love? Don't you give me up? Show me light. Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Don't you give me up? Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Don't you give me up? Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Come show me love. Don't you give me up? Show me love. Don't you give me up? Don't you give me up? Anywhere you are, like to be everywhere you are. Think I'm happy as next to you, riding in your car, but I be on the road. I stay low, cause I never know. Knowing I'm too much, you know when I stop to overflow. I can be yours if you let me. Looking sexy, pull up with. Don't you give me.
Yay, we're just about done. I am just filling up some of these random spaces, and I am taking some of these, I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but you see what's in my hand? I'm just sticking them in the random gaps to make it look a lot more uniform, together, cohesive, all of the synonyms, child. And just make sure that the flower ball, Lord have mercy, the flower wall looks as uniform as possible. Finally, this is the finished product, and I'm very happy with this.
Now, honey, this is quite the combo. Snapchat has me feeling like a rich bitch with my flower wall. If you like this video, then like this video. Stop playing. And subscribe. Maybe I'll do some more DIYs if you guys really like this content. Otherwise, I'm going to just be ratchet. Till next time.